Okay, if you're planning on trying Wind of Time, and I highly recommend it, here's a quick installation and troubleshooting guide, and later on a small walkthrough to get you over some tricky parts of the game. If you haven't watched my previous video, or if you never played the mod, stop watching right now because there are major spoilers ahead. Okay, I'm gonna leave all the links in the description as usual, but just go on ModDB and get 3 files: the main standalone game, the patch, and the English translation. The installation is extremely easy. Simply extract everything in one folder. When it's done, open the main game folder, and inside you're gonna copy the content of the patch, and then you're gonna copy the content of the translation. That's it pretty much. If it asks you to replace the files, you always say yes. There's a bat file that comes with the English translation that you can copy in your main game folder too, and you can use it to start your game. It helps with some kind of crashes. If you don't want to use it, simply start the game with the Stalker cop.exe. And that's it pretty much. If you're lucky, you can start playing straight ahead. Personally, I had the issue where my game wouldn't start at the beginning, and what solved it is going to the bin folder and deleting this DLL file. After that, all my issues were solved. Other troubleshooting advice that I found online, that I didn't test myself because I didn't need it, but just in case I'm gonna share it with you, is making sure that your main exe file runs as administrator. You can try disabling the full screen optimization too, and if really it doesn't work, try the compatibility mod with Windows XP Service Pack 3. And one last thing concerning the game crashes. It's gonna happen, you cannot really do anything about it, but personally it would bring me back to the desktop without any error messages, and I couldn't control my mouse or anything. It was really frustrating and I had to reboot my computer. But I realized that if I open a new desktop, you do Windows key tab to do that. Then I could do the Ctrl-Alt-Delete to open the task manager and then find the X-ray engine there and close it. And then I could start my game again straight away. Okay, now let's start the walkthrough section and let's talk about the tools for the technician and their locations. There are 2 sets of each tools available in the game. Technically, you're supposed to buy this information from Snitch in the bar in Rostock, but hey, here we go. For the basic tools, the first one you can find them in this truck at the entrance of Rostock. They're very easy to find. And the second set you will find it in army warehouses, the Freedom Base, in the half-destroyed hangar. You can find them right here. For the advanced tools, in army warehouses, in the Bloodsucker village, look for this house with the fire burning inside. On the first floor you will find them right here on the table. Here's the map, just in case. And the second set, you're gonna find it in Yentar at the back of the factory. They're just on the ground. The only thing for these ones is that you can only go there during a mission for the scientist, because you need the Psi helmet to be able to go there. So yeah, just think about it when you're doing missions for the scientists. Okay, and for the calibration tools, the first set you're gonna find it in Agroprom in the military base on the last floor. They're gonna sit on a table. You will have to kill all the military to be able to get there. And the second set, you're gonna find it on the lowest level of Lab X19. Look for this room. Then you have a ladder to climb on the right, and you're gonna find them right here under the table. These ones are a little bit tricky to find, but the thing is that in Lab X19 you're gonna have to find 4 sets of documents at the same time, so you will be looking pretty much everywhere for them, so you're gonna end up on the tools anyways. I know there's a USB flash drive in Rostock, somewhere on a body, I think, that you can find that unlocks the exoskeleton upgrades when you give it to the scientific technician, but honestly, I spent so much time looking for it everywhere, I couldn't find it for the life of me. So if anybody knows where it is, please share and I'll pin it in the comments. So anyways, when you get started at the very beginning, you're supposed to cross the river. You can go the hard way by jumping, and doing some parkour, but the easiest way is simply to track back. There's a hidden door on the side, and you can basically cross by going through the tunnels. My advice is to remove your armor, because you're gonna have to fight a ton of little rats. They barely do any damage, but they're gonna wreck your armor, and it's gonna be a lot of expenses to repair it, so yeah. If you decide to do it the hard way by jumping, which is what I did the very first time I played, make sure you walk through this door to trigger the main quest. I think the dev wanted you to go through the tunnel, so you're gonna go through this door anyways this way, but if for some reason you jump over the river, yeah, like, just do that to trigger the main quest. In the mines, you will have to find radio parts for the technician. Actually, you might do this mission even before he gives it to you. It doesn't really matter in which order you do it. For some reason, some people have a very hard time finding all the parts. My only advice is keep your F key pressed so you can see the items from far away, and just like look a little bit everywhere. It's really not that hard. I think some people might be missing the ones that are underground pretty much, but besides this, yeah, they're just like sitting a little bit everywhere. That's really nothing complicated. The very first main quest, when you have to find a scientific expedition and going there and not finding anything, you go report to Forrester and he's gonna ask you to wait for some news. Here, if you don't want to have to wait too long, you can just go sleep and it's gonna trigger the next mission immediately. Here, he's gonna give you a special device and send you back to the same place, so you go back to the anomaly. Don't forget to equip the detector he just gave you, and now you have to find the teleporter anomaly, and it's just like right on your left, pretty much, when you get there. And you simply jump through it. Here you will be teleported in a room, so you have to loot the two bodies of the scientist, and you will end up in front of the locked door. Simply, again, like keep your F key pressed to look around, and you find the key on the ground. The Mercenary Cache that you have to find in Limansk is right here in this house. You just enter through the side and it's gonna be in a box at the back of the house. Here's the map just in case if you need to see where it is exactly. A Stalker you will meet in the bar in Rostock will send you in the Bloodsucker village in army warehouses to find a lost weapon. It's gonna be in this house in the basement. Here's the map, just in case. For the Disappeared in the Dark mission, when you take the drug and get teleported in another world, it's actually pretty simple. You just go straight ahead until you find the zombie corpse of the Stalker, you kill it, and you loot the Veles detector that's on him, which is very important. Then you go exactly the opposite way until you run into the mine. You can talk to a Stalker there. He's gonna send you to a ring of stones. In the ring of stones you equip the Veles detector and you're gonna find a compass artifact. And with this you go back close to the beginning of where you spawned, pretty much. And here, near these rocks, you're gonna be able to activate the compass to open like the exit teleport. Don't forget to go back, pick up your friend in the mine before jumping, and that's it. That's how you do it. Later in the game, Forrester is gonna send you find a special artifact to cure his cancer. You're gonna find it in Rostock, right here. The only thing you have to note is that you need to have an advanced detector, either the Veles or the Svarog one, to be able to detect it. When the scientists send you play some scanners in Yentar, all of them are pretty straightforward. This one is the only one I struggled a little bit. It's not that hard, but like I'm just showing you just in case. You have to climb this tower and then jump in on the roofs, and it's gonna be like all the way to the top to place the scanner. You have the warning message that the psi emissions are high, but you're not gonna die, you're just gonna eat your health a little bit, but it's nothing too bad. It's actually pretty hard to explain where are the 4 sets of documents you have to find in Lab X19. I'm still gonna show you the location here. They're not particularly hidden, you just have to look a little bit everywhere and you will find them eventually. Don't forget all the way to the bottom to follow the Stalker Ghost where it's leading you. It's actually an important mission for freedom. It's actually very important to have some saves a little bit everywhere, especially when you start a new mission, just in case you have to roll back or there are some issues. It's especially important in the end when the unknown entity tries to kill you, because there are some dialogue choices that are gonna get you stuck. You're not gonna be able to progress, you have to make the right choices. So yeah, it's very important to have some backup saves to try again if something goes wrong. And I think that's it. I didn't cover everything, of course. I only covered, as I said in the beginning, the part where I personally struggled. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I will try to help you as best as I can. And enjoy. It is like an amazing mod. It can test your patience from time to time, but the story is definitely worth it. Okay, get out of there, Stalker.